Now you imagine, tomorrow the first country to collapse isn't Iran, it isn't Israel, and it is definitely not America. It could be a country that isn't firing even a single missile. Sounds impossible, right? Welcome to the economics of modern warfare. Because today, wars are not fought with tanks and missiles only. They are fought with something which is even more powerful: energy. And one tiny waterway, just 33 kilometers wide, has the power to shake the entire global economy. If the Iran war turns into wider regional conflict, which countries could face the biggest economic shock? And more importantly, could the next biggest economic crisis begin here instead of Wall Street? Let's find out. Most people think that wars destroy economies because big cities get bombed. Now that is just half the story. Modern economies run on energy, and nearly 20% of the world's traded crude oil passes through one narrow sea route, the Strait of Hormuz, located between Iran and Oman. Every day, oil tankers carrying crude from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and UAE sail through this passage to supply to the world. Now imagine this route becomes unsafe. Shipping companies hesitate. Insurance premiums for tankers surge. Some vessels delay or reroute, and the oil markets, they react immediately. Not because supply has vanished, but because uncertainty has driven the prices higher. And that creates a domino effect. Higher oil prices increases transport cost. Transport raises manufacturing cost. Manufacturing pushes up food and consumer prices. Inflation returns. Central banks keep interest rates high. Businesses slow the investments. Jobs become harder to create. Now that's why wars do not have to cross borders to impact your family. The real battlefield is often the global economy. Now here's the important question. Which countries have the weakest economic foundations? Let's begin with the country which is standing on the edge. Imagine if Indian government earned 9 out of 10 rupees just out of one company. If that company stops paying tomorrow, government finances will totally collapse. That's remarkably similar to the Iraq situation. More than 90% of Iraq government revenue comes from oil exports. If exports are disrupted for weeks or months, government revenue falls sharply. Public salaries become difficult to sustain. Infrastructure spending slows down. The currency comes under pressure. Investor confidence weakens. After decades of wars and reconstruction, Iraq has very little financial cushion. In a prolonged regional war, Iraq is not just vulnerable, it is the world's most exposed economies. Now Lebanon's problem is totally different. It does not need another crisis. Its banking system has already collapsed. Its currency has lost most of its value. Millions of people have watched their savings disappear. Now imagine adding another regional conflict. Tourists stop coming. Foreign investors stay away. Trade slows. Government finances weaken even further. Lebanon isn't just on the edge of the cliff. It has already fallen. Another economic shock simply makes it impossible to climb back. Now let's move closer to our home. Pakistan imports most of its oil that it consumes. That means every jump in global crude prices immediately raises its import bill. Their already diminishing foreign exchange reserves come under massive pressure. Their currency weakens. Fuel prices increase. Electricity becomes more expensive. Food inflation rises. Businesses struggle with higher costs. Pakistan repeatedly relies on IMF and global aid. It simply cannot afford oil prices to double. Some of the biggest victims of a wider Iran war would be the countries that people do not expect. Now let's take Egypt. Its economy heavily depends on tourism, trade, Suez Canal, and imported energy. A wider regional conflict could reduce its tourism, disrupt shipping, and increase fuel cost all at once. Jordan faces another challenge. Higher oil prices mean costlier electricity, more expensive transport, and greater pressure on government finances. Now comes Bahrain. Many assume that this Gulf nation is overflowing with oil money, but Bahrain has relatively limited oil reserves and higher public debt than several of its neighboring countries. The greatest strength of Bahrain is investors' confidence. If that confidence weakens, financing becomes more expensive and economic pressure rises quickly. These countries may not collapse overnight, but they will certainly face massive amount of pressure and tougher economic tests in the region. Now the question that every Indian is asking, should India panic? The answer is no. But India needs to pay attention. India imports around 85% of its crude oil. So a prolonged surge in oil prices would increase fuel costs, raise inflation, and put pressure on businesses. However, India also has important strengths. It buys oil from multiple countries instead of relying on just one supplier. It has substantial foreign exchange reserves. Strategic petroleum reserves provide an additional buffer. And unlike fragile economies, India's growth is driven by manufacturing services, agriculture, and domestic consumption, not just one sector. India will definitely feel the shock, but it is in a far better situation and prepared to manage it compared with other countries that we have discussed. The biggest lesson from this story is very simple. The greatest victims of wars are not the countries that are firing missiles. They are the countries trying to keep their economies alive while the energy prices soar. A factory owner in Germany, a truck driver in Kenya, a business owner in Delhi, a supermarket in Japan all become the part of same economic battle without firing even a single shot. Because today's wars don't just destroy buildings, they disrupt trade, energy, economy, investment, and confidence. And that's why governments, businesses, and investors around the world are watching every development in Middle East, because the next global economic crisis may not begin at the Wall Street. It may begin at the 33-kilometer wide waterway, Hormuz Strait. And when energy stops flowing freely, the impact is faced across the globe. Do let me know your views in the comments, and if you have liked the content of the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. And definitely share with others who you think need to know. Be inspired, keep building.